What's good, Wizards fans? It's your host, the real Ed Oliver and Brandon Scott. The Washington Wizards split over the weekend. They beat the Indiana Pacers, but end up losing a close one to the Phoenix Suns. Let's talk about it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
So I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnNBA. Use code all lowercase LockedOnNBA for a first deposit match up to $100. So we're going to talk about the first game of the weekend first, where the Wizards beat the Pacers 137-123. Jordan Poole had a better game. Kyle Kuzma had a darn good game. Of course, Tyus Jones with a triple-double. Messed around, I got a triple-double. What were your thoughts about that game, and what stood out to you about Jordan Poole?
Oh, man. Very, very surprised, but very happy with this result, man, because obviously the microscope was on Tyrese Halliburton going into the game with him, with the in-season tournament and the way he's been playing, and the Pacers' success in the East so far, being fifth. Huge win for this team. Looking at the stat line, I mean, starting with Tyus Jones, man, triple-double. I mean, what is it, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. I mean, the assist numbers are right where I want him to be. You know, coming into the season, man, we definitely both looked at him as a floor general, and the assist numbers are right where I want him to be. So he did well. Triple-double. I mean, he had 2 steals, 2 blocks. So this was a heck of a performance from Tyus Jones, man. But look at the starting five. Most of it was really good basketball. I mean, Jordan Poole, this, in my opinion, was his best game all season. 30 points, 8 assists. Shooting 12 for 18 from the field, so he was efficient, and shooting 3 for 4 from three-point range. So Jordan Poole, they were partying, man. It was a pool party in Cat 1 that night, man, because he was rocking it, man. He had a really, really good game. Looking at Kuzma, 31 points, 11 for 23, so efficiency was hit a little bit. 23 shot attempts, but he was fluid. He's his usual scoring self, so I felt that Kuzma, man, really kept us in the game, kept the momentum rolling. And so him and Poole, man, were lightning. And you had Tyus Jones, really good performance with the triple-double. Gafford, 9 points, 10 rebounds, but 3 blocks, so he looked good in the paint. Denny Avdia, now I'll say this, man, lately Denny has been, he started out the season really, really on fire as far as his offensive game, man, but he's kind of cooled down a little bit. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. So, while his shot is not dropping, he does find ways to contribute, but he has kind of cooled down as far as his offensive side of the ball. Looking at the bench, man, Bilal Coulibaly, 17 points in 30 minutes played, 6 for 9 for the field, 2 for 3 from 3, 1 block, 2 steals. Bilal continues to impress and show why we definitely hit on this draft pick. And Corey Kispert, man, 23 points, shooting 3 for 7 from 3, but 9 from 14 from the field overall. So very impressed with this team, man. Like I said, Denny struggled with a shot, 2 for 9, but he found other ways to contribute, 6 rebounds. But I definitely want to see him kind of step it up offensively. But overall, this was a really, really good team victory, man. They good ball movement. They kept the momentum going. They really wanted to win this game. And I don't know if they watched that video about Tyrese Halliburton and Denny and that draft pick, man, but they responded, man, because they really, really played good team basketball, man. And like I said, coming into this game, man, Indiana was playing really good basketball. And the Wizards, they played good ball. Good team basketball. So this is kind of the best case scenario when it comes to this current team when they play as a team. There's a lot of talent on the team, and when they play as a team and they have fluid ball moves, man, they can win some games. It's just, I'm not going to get into the coaching, but to me, coaching was the only detriment, man. There's a few questionable calls as far as coaching, man, but overall for the players, love what I saw. This was a really, really good team victory, man. And it really kicked off the weekend right. So,
yeah, I know you're at the game. I know you got a beanie.
Yes, sir.
For sure. The district, the DC Stones beanie, which is pretty cool. So it was a good win against a good team. And the Pacers are a good team. They're a fast-paced team. There was no defense played at all.
Yeah.
137, 123, which is the perfect pace for Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. They both put up 30 points. Tyus Jones has been playing well as of late with a triple-double. Bilal had a nice dunk, had a nice finish at the rim.
Yeah.
But just seeing, Jordan Poole on ball, which he's been on ball before, because a lot of people are saying he's playing better since he's not on ball. He was on ball. He still wasn't playing well in the first couple games in the season, but he was more efficient. He got to the basket. He was dishing and dealing, had a couple of nice passes to Gafford. He had a three that went off the backboard. So it was his night. Like you said, it was a pool party. So this was his best game by far. Kuzma woke up in the second half. Tyus Jones and Corey Kispert, he came on as well. He got to the basket. He played really well. They were rolling on all cylinders. And let me look at the rebounds. I want to say that this is one of the few times that they actually rebound the ball. Well, yeah, they actually won the rebound battle 47-41, which is not like the Wizards at all. We never win the rebounding battle, but they won the rebounding battle. Shot 48% from the three. 13 for 27. They moved the ball, 36 assists as well. 26 fast break points as well. 68 points in the paint. I thought Gafford did a really good job of controlling the paint. He made it really tough for guys to come into the paint like Miles Turner. I know Isaiah Jackson did end up having 20 points, but I thought Gafford did some good things. 3 blocks, 9 points, 10 boards out there with a plus 19. So I thought all around a good effort for the Washington Wizards. Like I talked about Corey Kispert and Bilal, man, 30 minutes, 17 points. 2 for 3 from the field. So great effort from the team. Best offensive output, just running the floor, pushing the pace, moving the ball. Tyus Jones is being that floor general out there as well. So I mean that was their best all around game for sure for the Wizards against a good team in the Pacers. They just went to the in-season tournament championship, lost to the Lakers, but Tyrese Halliburton is a darn good player, and I thought they did the best they could do against him. So, that was a good win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is, like I said, this highlights when they, as far as what they're selling is, they have talent on this team. It's just, learning that, ball movement is always key. Consistency is definitely key. Is that, you see a performance like this, and then you'll see a performance where it's a complete 180. So, consistency is the name of the game. But no, I mean, Jordan Poole definitely came out and played a really good game. Triple-double by, Tyus is definitely a good sign as far as his value. And of course, Kuzma, man, he's that scorer. You could depend on him to drop 20 plus. He's that scorer. The way he uses his frame to drive the lane, and so he's going to be that consistent source of points. But looking at the bench, man, I mean, Bilal and Kispert, man, we have good games when we have good performances from those two, when we get those quality minutes from them off the bench. So again, overall, good team victory. Looking at Denny, his, like I said, he seems to cool down a little bit. He started out where his offensive game was starting. You see where it kind of evolved a little bit. Now, he's kind of slowed down. So I kind of want to see him step it up, man. But like I said, he contributed in other ways, rebounds, assists. So, I mean, I really have nothing to complain about tonight as far as this game, man. I mean, they showed out. They kept the foot on the pedal. And I know me and you were texting back and forth. You asked me, man, were they going to blow up this lead, man? I see.
Yeah.
And it's like you got PTSD for so many leads that we have blown. But I mean, that fourth quarter, they kept the foot on the pedal, man, and they really, the crowd got into it, man. And that's another thing you have not seen in a while. It was lightning, man. So it's good to get a good team victory against a team like the Pacers, because, like I said, 5th in the East. They're rolling right now. So, and we definitely, I think we held Tyus Halliburton to 19 points. So we definitely, he's one of those players, man, where you're not exactly going to stop him, but, we definitely took him out of the game. He wasn't effective as he has been in, other games in the streak with the Pacers. So, we did a good job, man. I like what I saw from this team overall. Really good team victory.
Yeah, that was the big thing, that they finished the game. We've seen so many times them be up by 15, which they were like tonight. It's the Suns, and they don't finish the game, but they took advantage and they finished. They smelt blood. They went for the kill, and they did that. Something that we usually don't see from the Wizards. So a good win against the Pacers on Friday. But before we move on to the next game, today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. It is the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks you pick more than or less than. on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. With basketball season here, you can now pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. For example, LeBron James plus Travis Kelce at 10.5 combo of 3-pointers made plus receptions. Want to play alongside some of PrizePicks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz? You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the PrizePicks community each week. Tomorrow night, they do play against the Sacramento Kings. They haven't put the player props up for tomorrow night, but if I had to predict something, I probably would go with either Malik Monk, the over on his points, or the more on his points, or Keegan Murray. He just came off of a big game. And then Kuzma, he usually plays well against the Kings. So I think Kuzma's going to have a bounce back game against the Kings tomorrow night. So those are going to be my picks for tomorrow night's game on PrizePicks. Make sure you guys check out PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnNBA. Use code LockedOnNBA for a first deposit match up to $100. All right. Also, make sure you guys check out the national YouTube channel for Locked On. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On. Plus, our national shows covering every league. Go to Locked On Sports Today on YouTube and subscribe to the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel. All right, so let's move on to the Suns game. The Washington Wizards were winning for a majority of the game. They ended up losing 108-112 on the road in Phoenix. Of course, no Bradley Beal tonight. Bradley Beal's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so we did not get to have somewhat of a reunion game against Brad. They ended up losing, like I said, 112-108. What were your thoughts on the game and how they lost and the Jordan Poole questionable shot towards the end of the game?
They reverted back to the same script. Like I said before, man, not being consistent. We looked really good against Indiana, and then we kind of reverted back to our script where, we started out hot, man. I mean, look at it, after the one, we're up 29-21. Outscored them by 4 points in the second quarter, but was at the tail of the tape. Lack of adjustments at halftime, which is on West. Lack of adjustments. And like I said, same script all year long. He rolls with the same strategy and doesn't adjust at halftime. And Phoenix definitely adjusted. But and I think, we did do well on the perimeter defense. We limited them to 22% from 3. So I thought that we did well perimeter wise. But then they also missed a lot of open looks, man. So, combination of defense and them not executing. But rebounds, again, out rebounded us 65-51, 13 offensive rebounds. But we did get 10. Turnovers, they actually had more turnovers, but we just didn't capitalize, man. So, again, same script. Rebounding was an issue. But Gaff, but that's the crazy thing, though, because it wasn't on Gaff. Like, Gaff had a really, really good game, man. I mean, led all Wizard scorers with 26 points. I mean, Gafford was doing his thing, man. 17 rebounds. Usually when you hear 17 rebounds, usually the other team's center. Now for once it's our guy, man. Gafford, I don't know what they had in his Gatorade, man, but I mean, he was rocking tonight. I mean, he had a good game, man. 10 for 13 for the field. I believe he started out 7 for 7 for the field. Looking at everybody else, Tyus Jones, again, impressed. 22 points, 11 assists. He definitely was shown out as a floor general. 9 for 15 from the field, 6 steals. Very active in the defensive end, very active in passing lanes, 1 block. Jordan Poole reverted back, 14 points, very underwhelming, 5 for 17 for the field, 2 for 9. And Lord E, let's talk about that shot. I don't know what was going through his head at the time, man, but he had no business to shoot that shot. There was plenty of time to run a play or run the ball, and he just, I don't know, man. And like I said, usually once per game, you'll have like one of those, like one moment where Jordan Poole does something where it's like, really? Like, what are you doing? So I don't know what made him shoot that shot, man, but it was the wrong shot choice. I guess it's the most positive way to look at it. Again, Denny, underwhelming, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Rebounding numbers are solid, but his scoring numbers have definitely taken a dip, man, and he's definitely cooled out. So I definitely want to see him get back and get more active. Again, efficiency wise, Kyle Kuzma, 17 points, but took 22 shot attempts to get there, man. 7 for 22, 3 for 13 from 3. So, Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, weren't very efficient, shot a lot of shots, man. I felt like they didn't utilize the shot clock, shooting a lot of shots early in the shot clock, not getting the, lack of ball movement. So, like I said, man, over the weekend, it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde. One game where ball movement was fluid, you saw they were rolling. They were hitting those shot attempts, hitting open looks. But with this game, man, it's just I feel like they were trying to do too much and not utilizing the shot clock. So, and looking at the bench, not much to talk about. Very underwhelming. Kispert, only 6 points, shooting 2 for 9 for the field. Bilal, 6 points. Gallo, 6 points. Muscala, 4. So, like I said, Jekyll and Hyde. And that's really the MO the season, is that the lack of consistency, man. One game they look really, really good. The next game, they kind of revert back to bad habits. So, from a coach standpoint, he's got to make adjustments. He's got to make adjustments at halftime. From a player standpoint, they got to be more consistent. You cannot revert back to the bad habits. Rebounding has to get better. And like I said, it wasn't on Gafford this time. I mean, he did what he could, 17 rebounds. So he definitely tried as best as he could, man. And this is a really good showing for him because he was very active around the rim. So I love what I saw from Gav, man. This is what I'm talking about, Gav. This is the guy that, I believe earned that extension. This kind of Gav, man. Very active around the rim, defending and, catching lobs, putbacks, rebounding. Love it. But, just another fourth quarter collapse. And I thought, it was very preventable. But, again, lack of adjustments. And the Suns came out. They made those adjustments in the show.
100%. The Wizards, they had a lead for the most part on the Suns. Just disappointed down the stretch. And, I'm not going to blame the game on Jordan Poole, but just the shot selection down the end. He takes a shot, he fades away. It's kind of like he's trying to draw a foul, but they're not going to give you that foul in Phoenix. I mean, they literally just challenged and took away a foul call on Devin Booker, which clearly was a foul. And the ref's going to say he contacted him, but it wasn't enough for a foul. So that was ridiculous for them to overturn that. Then they helped the Suns out earlier, saying that the foul was on Grayson Allen instead of Devin Booker, which was probably true, but it's just ridiculous how these refs are kind of helping the Suns out with these challenges down the stretch. But you cannot throw up a three that's going to go off the back, that went off the backboard down the stretch like that from Jordan Poole. So it's just disappointing to see that because, I gave Jordan Poole praise in the game on Friday night. He played a complete game. That was a complete game for him. He's getting to the basket, finishing well, getting his teammates involved, getting Gaff involved. Did some great things. And then this game, he does that. He did slip on the floor. That's not his fault. That was somewhat of a Shaq and Fool moment at the top of the key. But Tyus Jones, man, he continues to play really well. A double-double. He got a nice steal. Stole the ball from Devin Booker, made a nice pass to Denny where Denny got fouled. That kept us in the game. Then there was the illegal screen on Yusuf Nurkic. We got the ball back. So we had a lot of opportunities to even come back and steal this game at the end of the game. But we just started settling for threes down the stretch, a lot of isolation ball down the stretch. That's a big reason why we lost. Of course, Kevin Durant came in. He made an and-one dunk that separated. We were down by either 2 or 3 at the time, and then he made the and-one dunk. That was a huge play from him.
Yeah.
Devin Booker got hot towards the end a little bit. They ended up with 27 and 28 points. But Gafford, man, wow. We've given him a tough time for sure, rightfully so. But he's dominated these past 2 games. For him to put 26 and 17 boards, that's what he's supposed to do. And I'm not expecting him to put up 20 points a game, but still, he should be getting at least 8 to 10 rebounds a game. Yeah. He shouldn't be getting anything less than 8 rebounds a game. Seriously, he needs to be averaging a double-double, because he's the only big on the team. And when he plays 30 minutes a game, he should be in 10 rebounds. Nothing less than 8 boards. 17 boards, 26 points. That's a complete game for Daniel Gafford. I don't like the flop at the end on Nurkic where he gave Nurkic a wide-open layup. When Nurkic couldn't score, Nurkic only had, 6 points the whole game, and he was doing a good job on Nurkic. Gafford also had 2 blocks tonight, too. So I just didn't like that he gave up an easy basket. Kuzma fouled out. 17 points, 3 for 13 from the three-point line. That's what I was saying, settling for threes.
Yeah.
Didn't shoot well from the third tonight as a whole, 14 for 46. Kispert with a quiet night. Denny 7 points. He did other things, but offensively, he wasn't very impactful on the offensive side of the ball as far as scoring. 7 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. Did get blocked on a fast break layup as well. Kind of shot it over the rim because he was trying not to get blocked. But overall, the first half was a good half.
Yeah.
They dominated the game, the whole game. But once again, this was a game where they just give up a lead at the end and bad shot selection down the stretch. And they just get a little overmatched by Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the refs, they were definitely trying their hardest to get the Suns to win, man, because I'm not going to blame the loss on the officiating, man. But, I mean, D-Book definitely pushed off. Let's be real. that play where he pushed off in the fast break, man, it's like, come on, man. It's so blatant. So, I mean, superstars get superstar calls, man. And that's just the way, the way it is. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, we this team reverts to bad habits quickly. We'll have a performance, man, where we'll see a totally different team where everything clicks on full cylinders, where, ball movement is fluid. They're getting active in passing lanes. Defensively, they're in people's faces. And then again, the next game, they revert to bad habits, which is not being very active, being kind of lazy on defense. And like I said, Tyus has been nice. I mean, he is definitely boosting his value, man. He's definitely playing some good basketball. But like I said, every game, man, you're going to get at least one questionable move by Jordan Poole, and that shot was like, come on, man, what are you doing? So yeah, it's just this game was winnable. And I'm looking in the comments. Yeah, I believe it's shout out to DMV for like said the 15-point game blown lead of the season. Come on, man, like you've got to make adjustments. You've got to make adjustments at halftime because he's too reliant on his game plan and the strategy. He doesn't make adjustments, and that is hurting us, man. It really is. He has to adjust because other teams are, and it shows. So, yeah, I mean, to me, it was a preventable loss. We've really got to get better in clutch time, man. In those fourth quarter, we've got to really get better. So, but we'll see, man. We got the Kings coming up, and this team they can shoot, so they're definitely going to test that perimeter defense.
Yes, sir. And we're going to do a small, quick preview. We probably won't get to any comments tonight. We're going to do a quick preview. Before we get to that, we have a quick word from Brandon.
Yes, sir. Tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers stay hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 and bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been looking to join FanDuel, there's no better time than right now. Don't hesitate. Do it right now because the app is easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over and unders, and parlays, and a lot more than that. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the National Football League. All right.
Yes, sir. The Washington Wizards play against the Sacramento Kings tomorrow night. De'Aaron Fox is questionable tomorrow night, so we'll see if he plays. Most likely he will play. We'll see. Most likely I would think he's going to play, but he is questionable, so that is a huge thing there. He is 15. The Sacramento Kings are 15-9. They are 10th in pace right now. They're a team they love to get up and down the court. Of course, they got Sabonis, a very talented team, Malik Monk as well. They are fifth in assists, probably because of De'Aaron Fox. They're third in three-pointers attempted. Keegan Murray just had 40 points the last game. So he's a guy that can get a lot of threes up. He can knock them down. They're 27th in two-pointers. They're 28th in two-pointers attempted. They shoot a lot of threes. They get up a lot of threes. They get up and down the court a lot. Fifth in assists. 27th in blocks. They don't block a lot of shots, but they're 8th in points. They score a lot of points. Also, like I said, they're 10th in pace right now. And they're first in defensive rebound percentage, of course, because of Sabonis. He's a darn good rebounder. So what are some keys to development that you're looking for against the Sacramento Kings?
From a development standpoint, man, I'm kind of looking at, again, Bilal and Corey Kispert, because their bench, man, Malik Monk, it depends on who starts at the two guard. Could be Malik Monk or Kevin Huerter. But they got a lot of shooters in the squad, man. So definitely want to see a better performance on the bench from Bilal and Corey Kispert. Definitely a more aggressive on the offensive end because Bilal's going to do his thing defensively. But like I said, the biggest thing with this game, man, is two things to me. One is the rebounding battle. Look, Gaff has got an assignment for him because, look, Sabonis can roll with, man. I mean, he's a big-time rebounder. He's a bigger, stronger center. So I'm definitely interested to see how Gaff goes against because we know how he tends to struggle against stronger centers. And Sabonis is a big cat. But perimeter, man, this game will be won or lost on the perimeter. They have some shooters. I mean, Kevin Herter, shout out to the University of Maryland product. He's a shooter. Malik Monk he can roll. Harrison Barnes can spread the floor. Chris Duarte, man, formerly of the Indiana Pacers, he can shoot. Keegan Murray just shot 12 for 14 for 3. I mean, he can shoot. This is the team that, like I said, this game is be one loss on the perimeter. So definitely get more active on perimeter defense, man. Definitely try to be more active in perimeter. Get on them assignments, man. Rotate better. Definitely, I'm looking for high energy. Because like I said, this team will, if we do not rotate fast enough and we don't close out those shooters, man, this team will smoke us on the perimeter. So my biggest key as far as hoping to win this game would be perimeter defense and rebounding. But, development, I definitely want to see Bilal and Kispert shine on the bench, man, because when they play well on the bench, usually we play well overall as a team. So.
Yeah, definitely looking for development for Bilal. Bilal's been putting some really good games together, just getting better and better each game.
Yeah.
Shooting the 3-ball well, getting to the basket, deflection, steals. Tyus Jones had a couple steals tonight, too. I thought he got in the passing lanes. It was disruptive. Same thing with Bilal earlier in the game when they were beating the Suns, but that didn't continue for the rest of the game. As far as the Kings, looking at their last game against the Jazz, De'Aaron Fox did not play, so it is a high possibility he will not play tomorrow as well. Keegan Murray had 47. So just defending the 3-point line is going to be huge, man.
Yeah.
Keegan Murray, he hit 12 threes. He went 12 for 15 from the 3-point line. That's insane for a team to allow him to do that. Malik Monk shot 12 threes, so they're not shy about getting up threes. They're going to get up a lot of threes. So Bilal on Keegan Murray, that's a good matchup.
Yeah.
Don't let him get up 15 threes. If you got to face guard him and just stop him from shooting threes and just stop him from getting the ball, there's a point where you just got to start face guarding the guy. Yeah. After Keegan Murray would have hit 5 threes, I'm just face guarding him. I'm not going to let him touch the basketball because that's just ridiculous. That he was that's insane that he hit 12 threes, but defensively on the Jazz, that's just ridiculous to let him hit 12 threes. So that's a big thing for me. Gafford versus Sabonis is going to be a huge matchup. He just did a really good job against Nurkic, so can he keep that up? Sabonis clearly has, the strength advantage against Gafford, but if Gafford plays with that energy again, then Gafford can certainly put up a double-double and almost dominate like he did tonight. But yeah, without De'Aaron Fox, they got to take advantage of that matchup too. They don't really have like a speedy point guard out there.
Yeah.
At the point they had Malik Monk is kind of playing the point, but he came off the bench. So, but yeah, I'm looking at Gaff. I'm looking at Bilal. Corey Kispert off the bench. Can Tyus continue to do what he's doing? And then Jordan Poole, can he lock in? Because this is going to be a higher paced game. So this is going to be a better game for Jordan Poole to put up some points and get to the basket as well. But can he stay focused? And shot selection is going to be key and important here. I think it's going to be another close game where it's going to come down to the wire. Who's going to finish this game? Who's going to be the guy that can lock in and finish down the stretch instead of us just shooting up a bunch of threes like we did and terrible shot selection towards the end of the game. So that's going to be a key point for me for sure. Is just finishing this game and defending the 3-point line.
Nah, I agree, man. The biggest thing that I want to see also is definitely utilize the shot clock, man. Don't shoot so early in the shot clock. Definitely, rotate the ball around, man. Definitely work on the ball movement, man. Get everybody involved because, like you said, man, Kuz tends to settle for threes, man. And so I want to see him, get more active, man. Get more ball movement roll, man. Don't shoot too early or try to toss a grenade then, man. Definitely utilize the talent they have around them, man. Because like I said, against the Pacers, man, they did that. They were able to shoot a lot of high percentage shots and be successful, and then utilize the talent around them. Everybody else had good games. Bilal, Kispert, Tyus. So I want to see more of that. Get everybody involved. Don't have to feel compelled to, because sometimes it seems like that Kuz and Poole, man, they feel compelled to like play hero ball. Like, bring the attempts down and definitely utilize the guys around you. So I think they do that, man. They might have a chance. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be another Pacers game, man. I mean, the Kings aren't shy about shooting, bro. So.
Right. All right, we see you guys' comments. We're not gonna read too many tonight. We're just gonna wrap it up. Mo says you're right, Ed. Let's see here. Somebody else said we miss Jordan Goodwin. Why we let him go? Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to trade him either, but it is what it is. He's doing well over there, so I'm happy for him. But let's see here. Brandon Ed. We'll talk about that tomorrow. He says you are starting to think who's checking out. And Shigsby also says Ed using keys to development. Yes, we are using keys to development because no more keys to victory. We just want to see development from the guys for sure. But all right, we thank you guys for listening. Making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. And remember, Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Go to Locked On Sports Today on YouTube and subscribe to the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel. Hell to the Wizards. Peace.